basically, in 5th grade, my teacher thought that Bardwatch sounded like bird wash, and then he thought like, oh, that's just bird, and then people just started calling me bird.
It's kind of weird to think that my name is a common name, because a lot of times when you think of like common names, they're like American names, not Indian names. Like I grew up in Alabama, which is really weird, so I was like used to like Jessica and Hannah and stuff like that, and like those were the hella common names. They still are.
I feel like I've gotten used to just having a common name. Like Ananya means unique, right? But it's really not that. Like I feel like a lot of people just chose that name.
My parents told me that my name means unique, so it's kind of ironic in that my name is not unique at all.
I have I have a personality that like I'm proud of.
I do have my middle name is actually my Chinese name, so I mean even if I go by, you know, even if I do have a pretty common English name, I always will have my Chinese name.
Well, it doesn't really affect me in any way. It's just it gets annoying when people call Michael and I look and they're referring to another Michael.
I'm not as I would say bothered by having a common first name.
And also at the end of the day, like, it's not that much of a big deal. Like, you get to bond over your names at times.
I feel like it makes me like less unique in a way. Lots of people have my name, so sometimes people get confused.
I mean, in a way it's good, because then if like people are asking you, oh, what's your name, like, and I say Shreya, because it's so common, it's like easy to pronounce and maybe to spell.
And like everyone like would come up to me and be like, oh yeah, there's like a certain quality about like all Shreyas, like all Shreyas are like this, all Shreyas are like that.
And like I feel like when I meet other people named Shreya, I kind of bond with them.
Personally, I haven't encountered that many people who are named Aditya, or I just don't know that many people who are named Aditya.
I mean, I'm not really fazed by it, but ultimately it does take away from like the uniqueness of the name. But
if a teacher is calling on my name or some other person's name, it kind of gets confusing.
I initially thought it was like, you know, it like takes away from my specialty or whatever, but I actually am friends with many of them.
But I suppose it's quite beneficial knowing that like everyone knows how to pronounce your name, and like people don't make drastic mistakes when pronouncing your name.
When other people have the same name as you, it's just like, oh, it's just, you just have the same name, so you feel a little bit less special.
It doesn't really bother me. I think it's kind of funny when teachers get us mixed up.
Like, name doesn't really determine a lot of stuff. It's more of like your personality. We're like a family of Divyas. And I know like all the Divyas at the school are like quite different and like unique in their own way, so.
It's just a normal name, like, it's nothing special.
It's cool that my name's not like too different. It's not like a very uncommon name, so the teachers don't butcher it when they call my name.
There's more to someone than just a name. So yes, I have a name Matthew and it's pretty common, but there's a lot of other Matthews who go to Monte Vista, but I feel like if you think about each person, there's a clear distinction besides what their name is.
The annoying part is when other people have the same name as you, and then you don't know who people are talking to.
It's still a unique thing because I represent different ideas and values than all the other Matthews who go here, and I feel like that's the same thing for every other like Sarah out there, or every other like common man.